Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Aquarius, we're going to see what the next big thing is for you, my friends. I'm going to use the Shadow of the Middle Ages Oracle deck, and then we're going to get into the Murder of Crows Tarot. So let's see, Aquarius, what the next big thing is. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot of cards here. I'm gonna need a hot minute. It's like, this was just waiting to come out, no? It all starts with pie. Interesting I would say that. All starts with pie. Maybe more like mathematically? I don't know. The 1st of August is the underlying. All right. I want to say the next big thing for you is really being quite discerning in regards to relationships that you're in and any like new acquaintances or new people coming into your life. And in some regard here, being pretty protective of what's in your life now that is like healthy. You choose for it to be in your life. It's like this dog card is coming off really strong. It's okay. So it's interesting how they're all placed here. Like when I see these two together with the heart and dog, this is like, what are you loyal to? And then I get like this dog card, as it's talked about in the book, is it can also be about territorial, right? Like if you think about a dog can be extremely loyal to those that are in its pack, but something new comes into the environment or a stranger approaches, the hackles are up and it's like, well, I need to know who you are first. So that it's really bringing me, so I don't know, it might have to do with your heart space. It might have to do with like you personally, because the tower is here. In this tower, I mean, you could talk about like the tower and the tarot, but this is a little bit different. Like this can talk about, the structures in our lives. It can also talk about isolation, because you can see this tower is really, it isn't an isolated area, difficult to get to. You may be making yourself difficult to get to. But here's the thing, not for those that, wow, it's like so windy here today. Not for those that you're loyal to, that like in your heart space here. But then you get spider and magnifier. And I mean, the spider talks about, it can talk about manipulation. To me, I sometimes get with this card too, like the sticky situations that we can get ourselves into or what we don't want to get ourselves into. And then the magnifier card is full on like discerning, really looking at things closely, understanding the nuance of everything going on. And it picks up this energy of the dog to me, which just like observing my own little dog Lily and her looking out the window of our new house here and watching everyone going by and making decisions about who she's going to bark at and growl at, and then, you know, going out and smelling and trying to understand what it is that she's been seeing, which is kind of like that magnifier, and the dog will do that. It's really interesting. So I don't know if this could talk about the structures in our lives. It's kind of funny in this deck, it has a little bit of a Hierophant feel to me, but it also has a bit of an 8 of Cups energy, like it could be a bit isolated or hermit energy. Yeah, like isolated hermit. You're faithful here to your heart. You're faithful to those that are in your heart. But I'm wondering if there's something going on around you, or like there will be, your next big thing, that's an introduction of some sort of new energy. And you are like, I'm just going to say, like, if you look at this dog, he's really looking. Like if you understand dog body language, if you can read dog body, if you spend enough time with dogs, they tell you so much with their body language. And this dog is really paying attention. Really paying attention. Feels a little bit immovable in where he or she is. This dog, I want to say, is very confident. in themselves also. Very confident. Now, so this is the thing that's interesting. I don't know, this has something to do with one of the holidays, one of the pagan holidays. It's like a harvest or the berry harvest. There's so many. I'm going to become a pagan, and every one of these holidays for me is going to be like, well, I work from home, so I can make any day a day off. Like, oh, so many holidays, but this harvest, it's sort of like the berry harvest, if I remember this correctly. And there's berries, like this is a berry pie, which is probably really good. Blueberries. Oh yeah, August. Usually, like, I don't know, it depends where you are. Here in Canada, I think, yeah, usually we're harvesting blueberries like in August. So the harvest, like a bountiful pie. So no, I'm curious how that's the underline. Or maybe it's something that happened in August or something that's going to happen in August. But I will tell you, you are either you're coming out of some type of isolation and you're like, okay, I'm sniffing everything here. I'm sniffing everything. I'm giving everything the once over. I'm really going to be paying attention to what's out there. What's out there. Okay. Because you might be protecting your heart space. Then the other thing that could come in with this Tower card, right? Because I have to pull tarot. It'll tell me a little bit more. Or it'll just make it even more in depth and be like, okay, it could even be this. So there's that's sitting here. That's very obvious. And then the next thing is this could, because it's like Hierophant. So it could be kind of like, you know, institutions. It could be the things that kind of govern our world, you know, that see over us, right? So this could be, you could be in a situation where there's a lot of people. Or you're going into a situation where there's a lot of people. It still kind of touches on a bit. I'm just looking at the video. I look washed out. I don't know if I touched one of the settings when I was recording this. Anyways, it could be like going into a situation where there's a lot of people. And right, like, what's the dog going to do in a crowd? It's going to be like paying attention to everybody, smelling them, watching their body language. How do they react to the dog? Do they look trustworthy or not? There's like, any way you spin it, that's there. What the Tower represents is, yeah, I mean, it could be different for all of you. I do feel like, though, it is coming out of, and if it's not in isolation, it is maybe being in a situation where you're suddenly surrounded by a lot more people, or, yeah, so you're paying close attention here with the spider and the magnifier. Well, that's a lot. I'm not ready. You're spilling out lots. 7 of Cups, Queen of Wands, like in reverse. The 5 of Swords and the Empress. Oh, that's interesting. Could be something. I'm going to put this back in, but that combination kind of feels like choosing not to utilize something in yourself here, or perhaps there's something manipulative here and that's being cut out. I don't know. And then you get the Empress, right? I don't know. It could be like making a choice about some sort of energy around you and choosing something better, or it could be a way that you've been navigating yourself and choosing something better. Okay. I want to put one card to each of these that are here. Again, I'll show you. I showed you the order, right? You got the Tower. You got the Heart. You got the Dog. You got the Spider. And then you have the Magnifier. And then you got Blueberry Pie. Oh, no, this is the first. It has something to do with a god. Lugnus. Oh, these words. Lugnus. All right, with the wow, we got the Strength card with the Tower. Interesting. Courage. Could be like courage to face something. Courage to come down from something. A Heart. The King of Wands. Interesting. It's interesting, right? Because the Queen of Wands was in that little pile that fell out and she was reversed. The Dog. Oh, the moon. But you see what I mean? It's like this dog is like, I don't know. I'm going to sniff you out. I'm going to sniff you out. I'm going to watch your body language. I'm going to see how you function and react around my master, my owner. I'm going to say, do you have your eyes on the sheep? What are you doing? No. But there's loyalty here. The dog is loyal. Like, this is the thing. The dog is loyal to the right thing. The spider, the high priestess, is this like a spiritual manipulation? Some sort of spiritual tie? The magnifier, the 10 of cups. That's interesting. Oh, this is, I can definitely see, like, this is like your, I won't even say your spidey senses are big time in this situation. Like, big time. Now, it's curious because the Queen of Wands fell out reversed. And then it went into, well, then it was the Five of Swords and the Empress. Didn't seem like, I don't know, because this King of Wands is part of the heart energy, which is where, I think that has to do with, what does the heart say here? 24. It represents love, affection, emotional connections. It symbolizes matters of the heart, including romantic relationship, deep friendships, and emotional bonds with others, which is really interesting because this is like what this dog is trying to discern. It encourages you to open your heart, express love, and cultivate meaningful connections with those who hold a special place in your life. Again, and then the dog follows through in that. That's funny. Trust your feelings, act as your heart guides you, and do what resonates with your soul. Huh. So this is, I want to say, following your instincts too. About something, following your instincts about something here, where it could be, yeah, wow. I need the story now, because is there some type of spiritual manipulation that's going on, or has there been, or is the fact that there are some very unknown factors here, like if I think about my little dog Lily watching the world outside the window, growling and bark because she can't smell it. So there's unknown factors. There's things that she can't smell. She can't see how they would react if she came up to them. She's missing pieces to the puzzle. But then when you really look hard at something, this is nice. This is like, oh, you can be part of the pack. This is happiness. This is joy. This is almost like the pack coming together. The Hangman is at the bottom. I mean, that could represent the Tower, a period of sort of like self-sacrifice, isolation, to stand back and observe. Why you got, oh, I don't know why I was picking up Virgo energy with that, but I mean, it could be with August the 1st, no? No, that's Leo energy. All right, give me the story, Spirit. Like, what's going on here? I got sort of like the theme. Okay, I want to say that I feel like there's been, I cannot stop looking at this dog's face. Like, I'm just getting so much from this energy. And then it gets picked up in the cards here. I'll tell you the cards in a minute, but it looks like to me that something has been disappointing here. I would just say something is disappointing. This dog has a look on his face to me, like, and I'm seeing it here in the cards, because, okay, you got 3 of Wands with the King of Cups below it. Then you have the Magician with the Five of Cups below it. And then you have the Hierophant with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this dog looks like to me, like somebody done him wrong. Like he's just like, he's a little bit side looking. I just can't explain it. It just honestly feels like to me that this dog doesn't trust something or someone that maybe they did at one time. Like it could almost be like there's a scenario playing out in my mind here with this dog. And it's like, you know, this dog lives somewhere, has a great owner. They get along great. They go for walks and they get treats and they play and they run in the yard. And the owner goes out to work and then something really like dramatic happens while the owner's out at work. And I want to say like big, like this, it's almost like, I feel it. How do I describe it? I don't know why I'm seeing this, but it's like the owner comes home and all of it, like they're just angry. Like they didn't even notice the dog when they walked in the door. They just started slamming drawers or they're mumbling to themselves. And it's just really apparent that what is going on here? Like I'm really getting that. So I feel like there's something in your life where there's been like, you're showing up to me as a dog. Maybe I should be clear about that too. Well, obviously, like, I feel like these are kind of all your cards. There's something here, like, I don't understand what's going on. It's about you and me. Like, are you mad? I didn't chew anything. It's just, because, right? Because now this, like, and the dog, it has the moon. I really don't understand what's going on. I don't understand where everything was fine when you walked out the door and now it's not. Right? And as intelligent as the dog is, I mean, he just knows that there's something wrong, but can't know that, you know, maybe this person had a huge argument with their boss, or maybe this person got a speeding ticket, their license, I don't know, like, you know, something happened outside the door beyond this dog's perception, like the glass in front of the dog again. And then the owner comes back, but he's just looking like this is also kind of startling. He just looks, what is going on here? This doesn't seem right, which is funny, right? Because then we get into Spider and the High Priestess, which maybe the dog starts thinking, okay, this is over. I'm going to go to the pound. Doesn't like dogs anymore. I don't know. But on closer observation, this is happy. So, okay, now, so what's coming in here? I'll tell you what's coming. Like, so the story is something's coming in. It's almost like I think this is what brought it forward for me. It's as if, so it's almost like the dog, like as soon as I go out, my little dog Lily, she's sitting at the front window watching. I was out for 3 hours one day and she was exactly where she was when I left her when I got home. And I thought, oh my God, honey, she's sitting there waiting. But it's like, oh, but then all this comes in and there's no indication of how anyone's, it's just almost like it just walks by the dog. So is there something that went on between you and someone else, or you in some type of situation or scenario, or you really don't understand this person's reaction? Right? That's kind of the simple way to describe it. Because it's like all of a sudden, well, look what came into my life. It's like sadness, grief. Or is this what came in the door? Sadness, grief. You know how they say sometimes, like, I have to remind myself of this too, because I find, I don't know, I feel like, well, probably not all the time in my life, but in certain scenarios, like I could be having a really bad day, but if I'm taking Lily for a walk, like I try to put on a different, because the rest of the world doesn't need to deal with my shit or with my poor attitude. I'm having a bad day. So like if I see someone along the sidewalk, I will try to make eye contact and say good morning or hi. But I find, like, I often find so many people would just look like right over your head and they don't even want to, and I'm thinking, well, like you think, well, is it me? Nobody wants to be my friend? Or is it just like, I don't know, people in general? I don't know, maybe, yeah, I don't know. But so anyways, because it could be like something like that has happened in your life, but it feels like it's more significant, right? Than just something casual on the sidewalk. So the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles comes in next. Now that, as I said, the Tower can be like the Hierophant. This is an opportunity here. I want to say like, well, now this is interesting. Because the dog, it's like looking at these two. Could it even, could the dog even represent like, could this be you and someone else in some sort of disillusion or disagreement? And the dog is watching this. Because now here, these two are like, these two crows are here together. But there's one crow has like an opportunity, a monetary gain, a new beginning. The Knight of Cups at the bottom. That's interesting. I mean, it's weird because if you look at it carefully, it's happy. Oh, is it? The dog doesn't seem to think so. Oh boy, do I need to clarify this one? I don't feel like I've needed to clarify. Maybe I've clarified a bit in some of them, but this one, let me just say, it's okay. The dog is here with the moon. It's trying to understand something, could be trying to understand something between two people. The Two of Wands and the Strength card, where your loyalties lie. This could be between you and two other people, trying to understand where your loyalties should lie here. But the Strength card is connected to this Tower. And it's some sort of like projecting something, holding off on projecting something here, to be honest. Or at least being very quiet about what you foresee in the future. And now that's interesting because the Spider is here with the High Priestess. So you could look at the High Priestess as having some sort of access to information that might be about the future or in the future. But the Spider with that is like there could be manipulation around that, or somebody's not disclosing something. The Tower with this Strength card. The Hermit. Okay, it is something to do with an isolation, I feel like. It's something to do with an isolation and holding oneself back here. And that could also be what's coming up here with where your loyalties lie. The next big thing here is you are playing your cards exceptionally close to your chest. And I'm wondering if it's because you're deciding where your loyalty should lie in something. Yeah. If this is between you and someone else, or this is between you and at least two, maybe more people. But I feel like two. I don't think it's more than two. That's the fire trucks. I'm getting to know the oh yeah, the fire trucks aren't too far from here. That's the first time I've heard the fire trucks go off. The other ones I think were ambulances that I hear off and on in the readings. But the wind is also blowing from that direction. That's interesting. There you go. So I don't think it's more than two people. So the Heart and the King of Wands. Death, Ace of Pentacles, the World. Well then, oh my gosh. This is like a new beginning that doesn't go anywhere with someone. Maybe. Like trying to breathe life into something with the Death card, into the Ace of Pentacles. And with the World, no. Okay, so there's some sort of hard and fast, your loyalties don't lie there. There's no, I want to say that's something that's over. Whatever that is, that's over. So the Spider and the High Priestess. Oh, the Ten of Swords. Right? There's that feeling of some type of spiritual or information manipulation. That's over. Oh, boy. Oh, Aquarius. You are definitely, the only thing that's included in your life in the future are people that you can build happiness with. I think that's how this is coming out. Oh, this is very interesting. The Magnifier, the Ten of Cups. The Eight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Eight of Cups. Can you hear the clock ticking? I find it really profound. It's real. I can hear it. It's really audible to me. I think it's so interesting to hear that while I'm thinking. So this is releasing yourself from something so that you can move forward. This almost feels like what could the scenario be? It honestly, it feels like you somehow untying yourself from things that you can't breathe life into. It's not, no, I need a minute here. This is, because there's something about this, like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand these two, or these two don't understand each other. Because you're making a choice to, I want to say, it's almost like catch up to someone here. Like, that's how this feels. Like, tied up with things that don't serve you. Tied up with things that you shouldn't have your loyalty towards. Tied up with things that aren't even loyal to you. You know, there's just, and trying to deal with that, trying to dismantle it, trying to get yourself untangled from it, trying to get yourself untangled from it. But it's, okay, what I'm going to say, I don't know if you're going to like what I'm going to say, because it feels a little bit to me like there may have been, can reverse it if you need to, but acknowledge it if you should, that there might have been some type of manipulation here that you were engaging in, but maybe not realizing it was manipulative. Because I think you were doing it to try to, or you are, like, I don't know, it's playing out. There's so many cards here, like, I don't know, you could be in a part of this energy already, right? And this is where it's leading. Trying to understand what you could be, you should or should not be loyal to in your environment, but perhaps by playing it cool or too cool, something that I feel like you recognize, when you look at this closely, you realize, no, that's where my investment needs to be made. There's a hot minute here to do that. So if I want to describe a scenario here that, you know, you could all fit into your lives in different ways without being super, super specific, I'd want to say it's almost like this dog is sitting here and there's two, like, let's say, I don't know, let's say this is like a separation or something, two people that own this dog. And they're having an argument about the dog. You could be, I want to say you're kind of like the dog. You're the dog in this. Just listen up. Just listen up. You're the dog in this. And where do your loyalties lie here? They're moving, they're separating. They're going to different houses here. Who are you going to go with? And maybe they're like, let the dog decide. The dog. So, well, the dog. And then it's almost as if, so then you're sitting there and you're watching. And they're both saying, come, Rover, come, Rover. But they're at different ends. And you're thinking, well, okay, I'm not sure who I should trust here because it feels like to me, everything's fucked up. So I don't know what's going on. And but I want to say there's some kind of an inkling here that the dog has, but something needs to be proven to the dog. And I want to say it feels like to me who's willing to walk away from the dog is who the dog decides, fuck, that's who I got to catch up to. I could have sworn I just heard a dog bark. But that's okay. So that's how it's playing out. So like, right, it's not necessarily being manipulative like that. The intention is not to be manipulative with this energy, but it's like, I need to figure this out and I don't understand what's going on. And it could be like, this might not even be two people. Like it could be a choice to go after something or not to go after something, to initiate something or not to initiate it. But then it's almost as if once there is something about this walking away, like it feels like this knight is untangling themselves in this energy. I untangle myself in this energy. And oh, this is where I want to go. This is where my heart is with the heart card, right, is telling you, but like that's over with the world. Or if you've been trying to decide where your heart belongs, that's over. That's pretty big. And it's literally, I want to say something that was calling to you, come over, come. But, and then it walks away. It's like, well, I'm going to go. I mean, you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do, Rover. It's like, so you know what I'm saying? But that, I want to say there's something for Rover, for you, Rover, Aquarius Rover, where you're feeling like they're giving me the choice. They're literally giving me the choice because they're walking away. Like, so it doesn't feel like you're being manipulated. Like, so it almost feels like, I feel like these two are manipulating me. Like this is a trick. I got to figure out what this trick is. But then it's almost like something happens here for you and you realize there's no trick. There's no, so maybe it's even that. Maybe you thought someone was trying to trick you, trying to pull you into their sticky web. But no, with the Ten of Swords, like something is finished here. There's no, I don't know. This is so interesting. But this literally is like the minute you realize something is walking away or someone is walking away, that's actually the Ten of Cups. It does have a little bit like once. No, it's not that. I don't want to put that on it. It's not. I was going to say, is it a little bit like, you know, sometimes you don't recognize what you have until it's gone. But this isn't like, no, it's not like that. This is much more nuanced than that. And it honestly, it feels like because, I don't know, one of these energies or entities decides to walk away, Rover's not making the choice. I'm going to go. That's all I could do. I love you, Rover. You're the best. You're the best dog. But then I'm going to walk away now. And then that's kind of like where Rover's like, wait, that one's not trying to manipulate me. that one's giving me the choice. I could run ahead here and catch up to them. They're not trying to like stop me from going to the other one. Where the other one is like, don't, come over here, come over. Like that feels like, right? It could maybe even feel like maybe there's even a situation or something that's played out for you that makes you or has made you feel or will make you feel like something is trying to control you or tie you down or, I don't know. It's like the minute this walks away, it's like, shit. Woof, woof, catching up and going. Oh my God, the 10 of Cups is at the bottom. The King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 3 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. Very clear in your mind here. Now, the King of Wands could have been like doing things for the own interest of your own heart here. Something's shifting. Like there's a shift here where you're deciding to invest your heart somewhere. But I feel like you're deciding this is not like the ex that didn't appreciate you or you didn't appreciate them. I'm not getting that. And then once you realize what you lost, you want to go running after it, or they do, or something. It's not that. Yeah, I think I've tried to describe the nuance of it as best as I can. And maybe that's the thing that ends here with the King of Wands and the heart. Because the Queen of Wands is in reverse, and that energy is like, this is not a winning energy. Somebody has, so this is interesting too, right? Because the King and Queen of Wands are counterparts, and the way those cards fell out at the beginning, it was the Queen of Wands in reverse, but that produced the 5 of Swords. So this is, I like, in some way it feels like someone is not feeling like in their power in a situation, or someone is feeling, someone's behavior could have been, I want to say the Queen of Wands to me in reverse is somebody who's probably very boastful and very self-interested, perhaps manipulative. But then it moved into the Empress energy. I don't know. I mean, there could be evolution going on here in people. Yeah. Like, so I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what is the blessing in all of this? And what is the challenge for what this is coming in? But this is, yeah. So I said what it is. So that's what I have. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.